play, was that just a case of a guy making a tough shot against good defense? Were you happy with the way Mariel played then?
You know, I watched the replay, but it looked like Mariel really did a good job. They had 6 seconds. He spread out, and he made Grayson hit a hard shot. And I kind of joked with Coach K after. I said, I think he traveled. And Coach said, well, I think he got fouled. So that was what we said as we embraced each other. But, yeah, it was a big league play. And, again, good defense. And then there was a nice play made on the other end. Mariel kind of had a little fall away, nice pass, and Malcolm hit a reverse layup. You know, that stings, but I give thanks because I told our guys, you battled, you showed some mettle in obviously a supercharged environment, and we'll learn from it and we'll grow from it. And there's a lot of good things, and obviously there's things that we got to adjust. I'm sure you'll ask me this, but we had a hard time with Ingram. He got going, and they forced us to play 4 guards, and then we adjusted and did some things with that too. You know, we didn't do a great job. We played 4 guards. We just couldn't match up with Ingram. We had a hard time, and I thought Malcolm did a nice job spreading out, but then we needed to play with a 4th guard, we thought, for the other matchups, and I think that affected our rebounding in a lot of ways. And then, you know, Ingram got a couple. He's so quick off the floor after he missed, but I wish there was a few more. We could have clamped down and got some stops, and we got a little wobbly offensively in stretches, but in that setting, you look overall, did we get enough quality looks and have a chance to win it? And we did, but we didn't.
Mike, and then we'll go CL.
Malcolm, Coach, you guys struggled from 3, particularly Malcolm. Happy with the looks he was getting?
Yeah, for sure. Well, the last couple were great looks, rhythm looks. We got they were right there, and so he took them out. A couple times I thought, because they pressure so much and they force you to make some plays off the dribble. There might have been a couple that we squirted up a little quick at times, but for the most part, some plays had to be made against that kind of pressure with the court open up, and that's what allowed us to do that when we had the 4 perimeter players out there.
Okay, CL behind
Tony, I'm behind you. How tough was it to decide whether to put Malcolm on Grayson or on Brandon?
Yeah, that was tough because then Grayson got going a little bit, and you know, it just shows you, you know, our team defense is strong, but Malcolm has the ability to really spread out and guard people, and people should take note of that at the next level, in my opinion. But that's my plug for him there. But it was, it's hard because, you know, Allen's so aggressive and he can get going into the lane and draw some fouls, but Ingram can rise up, and you know, we just had to pick our poison in a way. And the other guys did a good job, and I'll watch. You know, there's a few. I thought we made the right decisions for the most part. Maybe a little late to go with Malcolm on Ingram, but they have certainly some talented offensive pieces.
Doug, and then
You were red hot on 3-pointers for a couple games there in the last 2. I think you're 4 for 21. How big were the threes today?
Yeah, again, as I said, I think we got some solid looks late. We didn't force, you know, 11's not that many. So, you know, you'd like to have seen London got a couple more looks, but they really did a good job of hounding our guys and making us make some plays. But, you know, shooting's funny. You want to take quality looks, and as long as they're good shots, Devin Hall's 2 threes were room and rhythm. You always hear me say that, shots that he should take all day. Same with most of those shots, but maybe 1 or 2.
With like 9 or 10 minutes left, Tony, they were already in the bonus.
Yep.
Obviously, that was something you didn't want. Did you feel like some of the fouls could have, I don't know, been avoided, or what did you think of?
I think that, you know, it's hard because with the rule emphasis and how aggressive they are, you know, it's hard to, when they get that head of steam, you know, trying to keep your hands off, and certainly we fouled at times, and that's what they do. They spread the floor and attack and make plays, and they did get us in foul trouble, and, you know, obviously they didn't have a great shooting night at the free throw line, which helped us, but they put a lot of pressure on you. I thought we were good early in the first half. In stretches, we were really tied tight, and then Ingram started getting it going, and then we had to change our ways.
Laura to the right.
Tony, when you're looking at film of Duke back when they were, you know, losing to Miami, Syracuse, Notre Dame, and you look at them now, what are they doing so much better?
They're just, I mean, you're never that far away. It's such a fine line from playing good basketball, quality basketball. I think, you know, some of these young guys are, I guess that wasn't a good answer there. So, sorry about that. No, I think it's as I said, a fine line, and I think you're getting comfortable with some of those young guys making plays. When a guy can, for a stretch, take over a game like Ingram can, that's impressive, and I think that helps. And you know, they played all man, and they're good at home, and it's close. That's what this league's about. It's not that far either way. We know that very well.
Hey, sir.
I don't know, Coach, I don't know how much momentum carries game to game, but you guys seem to get a boost from winning with a buzzer beater over Wake Forest, but played well for a stretch after that. Do you have a formula for what you do now to react after losing a buzzer beater?
No, I don't. I told our guys we'll find the good stuff and grow from the other stuff. And we play on Monday against a team that is dangerous, NC State. Again, because the league's so talented, it's this stretch of games, I said, will test the mettle of great teams. And I don't think we're a great team. I think at times we can play, we're good and can play real good, but this will test us. So we get ourselves as ready as we can and stay true to who we are, but it's a good one. The league's good and who we got to play, and this setting was what was good for college basketball.
Tony, we won't see you again before Monday. Cat Barber, that matchup, what makes him such a tough matchup?
He's elite in terms of his quickness and speed. He's added some shooting to his game, and he's having a heck of a year. Someone said he had 38 today. Is that right? So I don't even know if they won or lost or who they played, but
99-88.
who'd they play at? Okay, so 38. So that's impressive. So but they have other guys, but he's pretty complete, and with his shooting and again getting to the free throw line and all that is good stuff.
Last question, Ava.
Tony, Anthony was talking last game about how the seniors had never won here. What's your message to them after a game like this?
Well, you're not going to win here again, so that's all I can tell them. They tried really hard and they got really close, but they fought hard, and I'm sure I felt bad that I wanted them to get that, and I said, boy, you could taste it, and then a play was made. But we'll try to use it to grow from it, so I don't have a better answer.